Hey, what's going on, guys? Rogue Bros Production here, Draft MC, coming at you with another mini review. Today, we will be talking about The Fantastic Four First Steps, directed by Matt Shakman. Fantastic Four! Okay, now that I got that out of the way, let's move on to the review. Alright, so first off, it was fantastic. Okay, yeah, I know, that meme has been overdone so many times, but I really enjoyed this movie. This was very different from Marvel, and what I mean by different, I mean like the fact that this felt like its own vision. And I can't say that for a lot of other Marvel films. I mean, for Thunderbolts, I love that, but the interconnectivity does get dull after certain amount. I mean, not all the time unless they do something really cool, which that post-credit scene for Thunderbolts was amazing. And be sure to stay for both of the end credit scenes for this movie. There's two of them. So yeah, this will be a non-spoiler review, and we will be talking about what goes down in the movie. Alright, so we have Pedro Pascal playing Mr. Fantastic. We have Vanessa Kirby playing the Invisible Woman, aka Sue Storm. And then we have Joseph Quinn playing Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. And then we have The Thing, The Thing, played by Eben Moss. Lord, I'm not even gonna pronounce that last name. Dude, that actor's gonna find me one day. He's gonna snipe my ass for butchering his last name. Anyways, he plays The Thing, aka Ben Grimm. The 20th Century Fox movies were what I grew up with, pretty much. I didn't grow up with the Roger Corman movie, and the Chris Evans movies were my definitive Fantastic Four at the time. I never picked up a comic, never really watched any of the cartoons, even the new that newer Nickelodeon show that was on Nicktoons, if y'all remember that. You see, because I was more of Iron Man Armored Adventures. I love that show more. But yeah, this right here is like Marvel's first family being brought into the big screen, and I thought they did a really great job. Everyone plays their part. I don't feel like everything was lacking except for maybe the relationship between The Thing and Johnny Storm. They had because you guys know they always bicker in every iteration of the Fantastic Four, but I felt like this one was a little bit subdued. I guess they pulled back. There was still funny moments between them, of course, but they really did pull it back. Vanessa Kirby and Pedro Pascal, I really dug their chemistry because it was so apparent and you could just see it. They really felt like a family, and they really them, especially those two, they really felt like husband and wife. Now, we talk about the villain, which, man, I keep forgetting this actor's name, but he was in Harry Potter. I do remember him from Harry Potter. He played one of the Carrows in, I think, Half-Blood Prince to Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. I want to say so, but I do recognize that actor that played Galactus. I thought he was menacing as hell. That was scary. That was terrifying. I just man, it made me think about, wow, now, if there really were astronauts in the real world that were superheroes and they were to go up and find a big mechanized giant person that eats worlds, and they come back saying that we don't know if we can save you, dude, I would believe them. Because it was the way how that scene was played out when they were in space and they go up to talk to Galactus. That was a pretty disturbing. It was pretty chilling. I loved it. One more thing before I get off of here, I like to talk about Shia LaBeouf, played by Julia Gardner, which I was one of those people that was admittedly, I was like, I don't know about this. But then until I did more research on the Silver Surfer character, I realized that, there is a female Silver Surfer. I thought she was great in the movie. Even just how they did her voice whenever she talks sometimes, very, very menacing at times. But you can see she has other plans once you see the movie. But yeah, that's besides the point. But anyways, I think I'm going to close this review here. I'm going to give this movie A solid 9 out of 10. Like I said, this is the first Marvel movie we've had in a while where the vision is clear. It is so crystal clear. It's like the fact that they set this in another Earth. That's what made it so like we could do whatever we want with this, and I loved every minute of it because they really did, do what they wanted to do, and I love that. You could tell Marvel, they've been waiting to do stuff like this for the Fantastic Four. You could tell. You could so tell when you watch this. But yeah, that is going to close it up for my review. I am Draft MC from Rogue Bros. Talk to you guys later. Bye.